One was a singer for the ages, the other an entertainment phenomenon, so maybe it's no surprise that Tony Bennett and Sammy Davis Jr. were such close friends. Both Tony Bennett and Sammy Davis Jr. enjoyed successful careers in their own right. Both men kicked off their singing careers in the 50s, which is also when they first met. Naturally, given the nature of the era, they each experienced very different sides to the music industry. Davis encountered his fair share of racism during his life, but he found an ally and a friend in Bennett. Sammy Davis Jr. was the elder of the two friends. He was born Samuel George Davis Jr. on December 8, 1925 in New York City. His first taste of performing arts came through his father, who was a dancer. As a result, Davis found himself exposed to the world of dance. He even learned how to tap dance when he was just a toddler. Before long, he had formed a group with his father and uncle called the Will Maston Trio, and together they performed across the country. Sammy Davis Jr. performed with the trio for most of his childhood and soon expanded his talents by learning how to sing. After serving in the Second World War, Davis came home and continued to hone his singing talents. In the mid-40s, his career took a turn when the trio got their big break by opening for Frank Sinatra, a rising singer at the time. This opportunity only opened more doors for Davis, who eventually landed a record deal in 1954. He released his first album in 1955. Tony Bennett, the younger of the two, was born Anthony Dominic Benedetto in Queens, New York on August 3, 1926. Like Davis, he discovered a love for the arts when he was a child. By the time he hit his teens, he was singing at local restaurants. Bennett also served in World War II, and he continued to sing when he returned stateside. During a performance at one club in 1949, Bennett met the famous British comedian Bob Hope, who later hired Bennett to sing with him and gave him the name he is known by today. Bennett landed a record deal in 1950, and his professional singing career took off from there. At some point in his first year as a signed artist, Bennett met Davis, who was then an up-and-coming artist with the Will Maston Trio. In an interview with the Hudson Union Society, Bennett recalled an evening in Washington, D.C., where he, singer Rosemary Clooney, and Davis were all performing at the same club. After witnessing a great performance by Davis, Bennett says he and Clooney wanted to celebrate backstage. Apparently, Davis's piano talents were so remarkable he could bring people to tears. As Bennett said,
"He was the greatest jazz piano player that you could ever dream of listening to."
En route to see Sammy Davis Jr. backstage, the two were stopped in their tracks by club management. The rules of the club stated that they couldn't go and see Davis and that he would have to come out to see them. Bennett was left stunned and even years later recalled the incident as a moment of ignorance that changed his perspective. He said,
"It was the beginning of my realizing the injustice of not accepting the beauty of the United States."
From that point on, Bennett and Davis enjoyed a close friendship and a working relationship as peers in the music industry. Bennett famously covered Davis's popular song I've Gotta Be Me in 1969, and the pair even performed duets together right into the 1980s. Their friendship came to an end, however, when Davis died in 1990 at the age of 64. Tony Bennett lived on for another 33 years before his passing in July 2023.